right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, humans and pets alike. Welcome back to the 2021 Wild Rift Invitational for SEA, brought to you by Trovo.live. Today we have the grand final, the finale of this entire weekend to celebrate 2021. Yes, that's right. You're here to watch the best of all C regions, okay? I think the grand final will have the best of KR versus the best of PH, the crowd's favorite. And that match will be streamed exclusively on Trovo. We are going to do a bronze match for the third and fourth place to decide who's going to be the third, who's going to be the fourth first. So that's going to be the first match, and that will be streamed all across all platforms. But the grand final will be streamed on Trovo exclusively. So make sure to use the link in the chat to head to Trovo right now so you can watch the grand final uninterrupted, ads-free, with high definition. Share the stream with your friends. Have all of them come over to Trovo.live. Let's get a 4-digit viewership for Wild Rift, the biggest community tournament ever created in C. Now, obviously, with me today is our beautiful, sexy D2, my co-caster. How are you doing, D2?
I like that you've gotten rid of charming and you've added beautiful. I like being beautiful and sexy. Anyway, I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Fantastic. I can't wait for today's matches. I mean, what are your predictions?
It's tough because our grand finalists they're both 4-0, and our our third and fourth place match, both of them are 2-2, right? They won 2-0 and then they lost 2-0. So it's kind of hard to tell where they stand. I think we can talk about the grand finals later. For the third, fourth place match, I think I'm leaning towards Team Sequence because I think they have like a mental block against Aether Rift, right? I think they kind of were a little bit afraid of Aether Rift. So I think we're going to see a bit better play from them coming out in this round.
Mental block. What a great way to describe this. You know, because it is like, because when players are playing competitive games, they're under tremendous amount of pressure. That's why, like, we say, like, hindsight is 2020. You cannot all say, oh, this team, why don't they do this and that? Because in the heat of the game, it's really hard to actually think. That's why when a team have a coach or have a team that actually trains them or analyze the games, what they do is they have a strategy and they train that. They repeat that like 1,000, 10,000 times to make sure. I mean, I'm over exaggerating, but you know what I mean, right? Like countless time to make sure the players, once they get to the game, they don't think. Even if they don't think, they still play the right way. That's the whole point, to build this muscle memory.
Yeah, and this is why I'm perfectly fine with being hard on the players. Like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? If the people in the chat want to get mad at me, it's like, dude, I can't play that well. I'm just saying. And it's hard, but they got to do this. So I don't feel bad saying it because I know on the inside it's very hard to perform at that level. It's just friendly advice.
Yeah. Well, when you're watching the game, guys, make sure to be more supportive for all the teams. They're doing their absolute best. The third and fourth place, Geneva from Philippines, Team Sequence from Singapore. Those are really, really good teams. What are your predictions? The time to say them in the chat, but most importantly, head to Trovo. Before we get started, the bans and picks are already going on. Before we get started, what do you want to do? A big shout out to Wild Rift Competitive to assist with the organization organizing this tournament. Wild Rift Competitive is central place for all things competitive. They host weekly tournaments and events for the community. They also provide an easy way to find scrimmage and recruit for your team. If you're interested in competitive news, make sure to head to their channels with the social links in description. With that, the first game ban pick in our bronze match today has now started. Let's quickly jump into the ban pick. We're looking at Team Geneva's perspective. I do want to run through the bans for both sides. Geneva banned Akali and Monkey, which is Wukong. And Sequence banned Olaf and Alistair. Those are the 4 bans.
Okay, I was wondering what Ali was. I was looking at the bans. I'm like, who is Ali? Are they talking about Ari? So yeah, it was Alistair in the end. Interesting that Alistair has replaced Braum as the main support that you want to ban here. Because, I mean, he's very powerful himself, but this entire time it seemed like Braum was like the pick to go to if you're talking about strong supports here.
Yeah, I mean, Braum definitely have the actually the highest win rate in this entire Wild Rift C Invitational here. Now, we obviously, like I said, this is the Phase 1 tournament, and eventually when we step to Phase 2, we're going to have a lot more games happening. We're going to have weekly tournaments that eventually result in a $7,000 playoff, so US dollar playoff. So it's going to be exciting. We're going to see a lot more data through those tournaments once, but definitely in the C Invitational, Braum has now stepped to the #1 place for being
Dave,
the highest win rate.
Dave, did you get to who banned Alistair? Do you know?
The Alistair ban came from Team Sequence, I believe.
Ah, okay. Well,
So it's smart.
it turns into a good ban, right? Because
Yeah.
now they get the Braum. But Geneva, I'm not sure about this Blitzcrank pick because Braum is essentially like a Blitzcrank counter. Soft counter, I should say. I mean, obviously, you can still get some of your hooks off, but it's going to be tough for this Blitzcrank to get much done playing into this Braum here.
Yeah. I mean, if the thing about Blitzcrank is he just needs an early game advantage. He has to get an advantage. If Blitz doesn't get advantage, then it's gonna be really hard coming to the team fights, coming to like the Dragon fights, the Baron fights. So, but if Blitz does have the advantage, the snowball potential for this hero is insane.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I'm a bit worried about Geneva's comp though. It seems very like schizophrenic, right? We have some people who are dive, you have the Blitzcrank trying to pull in, you have like poke from the Jin. It's like, what are they actually trying to do here? I'm a bit confused about it. What do you think?
I mean, it does have a lot of synergy. It does have some synergy. Like you said, if Blitz pull somebody, Jin can just throw a skill too to pull the root, right? After the root is issued, they can do a lot of following up damage. So their laning phase is actually quite strong. And if you look at their opponent, it's going to be Braum and Draven, which is also really strong. If Braum can apply the passive, then obviously Draven just follow up. We all know how strong Draven is in early game with those damage. Now we just need to know in this lane when Draven go against Jing the question is Blitz gonna pull somebody, right? And hopefully that somebody's gonna be the Draven.
Yeah, exactly. Because hopefully he doesn't get lost chasing those axes down. I do say I have to favor Team Sequence's draft here because it feels so much more coherent, right? You have the poke coming from the backline in the Orianna and the Draven, and then you have a nice big beefy support to get in the way in the Braum. You have the engage in the Malphite as well as the Vi. It just seems like everything is kind of more stable in that regard. But we'll see how this plays out here as we have an early engage here coming out, and immediately there is first blood on Jin right away to start off the game, and Team Sequence is not done yet. They're gonna try to go for more here, but multiple members are following low. Draven's getting massive damage out with those axes. They get another kill onto the Evelyn as well. Braum dies in exchange as Lee Sin trying to follow up. Lee Sin goes down with another axe. The long range Kobe fadeaway shot there from Draven gets the kill, and that is a 3-1 start. Blazing fireworks to start this game.
Oh my goodness. What an opening. We expect this game to be aggressive, but to be ferocious, but we did not expect to be this exciting, right? I mean, right off the bat, it's 5-on-5 in the mid lane. It's almost like playing ARAM mode from League PC, but in a Wall Rift version.
Uh-oh. Well, it looks like Leroy's in a bit of trouble. He's in trouble. He can't get to the fruit. And Grogus goes down as well, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. I was actually very surprised that Leroy here. So Leroy it says his name is Chingy, but this is Leroy's vantage point we're watching here. And he was still level 1. And fighting with only one ability versus two abilities is a huge deal. That's kind of one of the underrated power spikes in the game, is going from level 1 to level 2 before your opponent can.
Yeah, and that's also why Gragas issued that engage, right? I mean, he knew that he had a power spike over his opponent. He knew he was level 2. He had one extra skill, so he just went in. I think that's really smart. Blitz looking to get some hooks right here. We're now looking at Geneva support perspective on the Blitz.
Yeah, and we'll see if he's able to pick up any of those hooks. Unfortunately, he himself is very low. Obviously, if he does land a hook, he has that immediate knockup, which makes Blitzkink so darn strong. Picks up the second ability now, which means he can really just run in there and try to land a hook if he so chooses. But you see Braum on the side of Team Zeguin just being so aggressive, just being that body block for his team so that Blitzkink can't get any hooks in.
And I just want to mention something about the level 1 skirmish engage, actually. You show the power of Braum early game, though. That's just a full demonstration of why this hero is so dominant, why it has highest win rate. Now, topside jungle?
Yeah, they're trying to get in there. Multiple members are extremely low, though. The Evelyn has to get out of dodge, but they do get the kill onto the Vi. Looks like they're a little bit of trouble themselves, though. Draven is on the hunt. He has both axes spinning there, going to be on the chase, gets huge damage out onto the Jin, but they're going to back away. So decent engage here for Geneva, but that gives some map control over to Team Sequence.
Yeah, now we're looking at Team Sequence Again, Leroy's perspective on the Malphite. I just want to just reiterate. Oh, look at that. Gragas looking like he's jumping in.
Yeah, I wanted to use his ult there, but yeah, let me just let you talk for a second because that, like you're saying, Braum is so dominant with the ability to shield all of his allies for so long, right from the get-go.
Yeah, and also the passive. Like it's just he just have to scratch you, and you don't even sometimes in a heated team fight, it's really hard for you to notice the stun and notice how many stacks are on top of you, and enemy probably don't even know. They're just hitting, they're just auto attacking, and the next thing you know, you're stunned and taking insane amount of damage and you're dead. So
yeah, for those of you, I mean, you don't really see Braum in a lot of low-level games. So if you guys are in chat and don't really know Braum's abilities, his passive allows him to just get stuns every once in a while, right? Like every time he hits someone, like his allies can get stacks onto the opponent as well. So many stuns right from the get-go. That's why that fight went so well for Team Sequence there.
Yeah, Braum is even a better pick than Alistar at level 1. I was asking a lot of friends; they would prefer Braum at level 1. Now, Alistar is strong for a different reason. He's level 5 tankiness, and also his constant engages. But Braum, level 1, just have infinite stun, right? All you need to do is scratch everybody one time. That's infinite ult outside.
Your allies, yeah, exactly. Your allies can get right in there. This is just a completely back and forth situation in the top lane here. Unfortunately for Leroy, the vantage point we're watching, he doesn't have any mana to really help himself out. As you can see, he can't even use nearly any of his abilities. So he's gonna have a bit of a tough time. We see that the Drake has spawned here, and ult comes in, and Gragas finish it off. Lots of damage coming in, but also lots of damage coming from the turret as well. Will Leroy stay alive? No, he actually dies to the ignite damage. So well done from the opposing side. Geneva's Gragas getting the kill there.
And you see the first item Malphite bought. It's actually teleport and a magic resist item. Meanwhile, bottom side, his team is dominating.
As the Malphite goes down, Team Sequence is able to take out 3. They take out Evelynn, Lee Sin, and the Blitzcrank. And that will put him in a really nice spot here. But the enemy team was able to secure the Mountain Dragon in that time, so kind of dropping the ball on the objectives here.
Yeah, definitely. Team. Sorry for switching the perspective there. I want to see what happened there.
Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah.
So you confused me. So yeah, my bad.
Yeah, definitely. So
okay.
the dragon does end up going to Team Sequence.
My mistake. Yeah.
So Team
Sequence got the triple kill and the Drake.
Dragon. There you go. I think that was a pretty well executed on the others on the Dragon side of Team Sequence. Geneva definitely falling behind right now. I think like you said, the Blitzcrank pick just started falling off. If they don't have the early game advantage, as we discussed, then this hero it just become worse and worse as the game progressed. Because after 4 minutes, you're gonna have the first dragon, you're gonna have the first Rift Herald, and you're gonna have the next dragon, and then Baron, just so many more stuff you have to contest. And Blitz just started to fall off right off the bat.
It feels like in the late game, unless you get a pull into your entire team, sometimes it acts as an engage for the opponent, right? It's like you pull them in, they're like, oh, thank you. And then they engage on top of you, and it can be super bad here. Oh, big hook onto the Draven, though. Gets the silence off as well from his ultimate. Draven trying to get the damage in, trying to get away, but in comes Lee Sin to finish off the kill. And right as we mentioned that Blitzcrank is falling off, he managed to prove his worth, picking up that kill there. And unfortunately, Evelynn does go down to the Orianna, as well as the Gragas there as well. So Team Sequence fighting back. Great start there for Geneva, but unable to finish off the fight.
Yeah. And also the thing about Blitz is after he uses skill, the skill is absolutely useless. He's done. There's nothing he can do. He can't tank. He can't do anything, right? He does
his allies, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He just watches around. He just look around, look pretty, right? Stand around. I mean, that's basically what he does after Blitz.
At least he is very pretty, though. I got to give you that. He does look very pretty.
Yeah, so he does look very pretty.
We'll give him that one.
Also very cute. But then when Braum is never done, right? If Braum is in a team fight, he can block damage. He can actually always constantly apply passive if he's alive. He can always give your teammate shields. This guy's always there.
All right. Well, while we were looking at Blitzcrank did allow us the possibility of watching Jin pop his ult and get a kill onto Leroy's Malphite. So that's a nice win for them. However, they do give away the Rift Herald in response. Yeah. So, things are going reasonably well here. I mean, Geneva's trying to sneak back into the game, but Sequence still kind of at arm's length at the moment.
Yeah, but if you do look at the you're absolutely right on that. If you do that's game skills.
Leeson, where are you?
Yeah, I know.
Sorry to cut you off. Lee said, where are you going, buddy? I think he's a little bit lost. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, you did.
That's too
I saw him
unfortunate.
way back in the jungle in on Team Sequence's side. I'm like, where are you? Tried to
Yeah,
jump onto the Orion. It did not work.
probably confused that, which side of the base he is in. But then, once again, that's a demonstration. You saw what Braum did, right? All Braum did was, like, I think, hit a auto attack. And it just seems like Lee Sin was instantly stunned. There's nothing he can do. It's one of the most mobile heroes, but once you're CC'd, once you're a quad controller, you're a quad controller. You're stuck in place. And that's exactly what Braum offers.
And that's what I want to talk about again, though, talking about the draft, because it seems like there's just so much more coherence with the Team Sequence draft, right? They have so many knockups and so many ways in order to disable the opponent, and meanwhile, so much damage coming out from the Oriana on the Draven while they're CC'd essentially.
Yeah, Rift Harrow seems like Leroy. Did Leroy pop that Rift Harrow on the top side? Maybe, or I believe Leroy.
I think it was someone else, actually. I think when he was in lane, someone popped it because I saw the purple line go when. It might have been before he even
Yeah, the base. Yeah,
not quite sure.
Me neither.
Cloud Drake spawns here. Multiple members from Team Geneva pushing on to the mid side, but doesn't look like they're going to get much done as Team Sequence is rotating over. Vi, you can see on your mini map there, is going to be going back to base, and actually aggression coming out. So you can see the mini map there. They're trying to push on that mid tower using both Draven and Braum here. We're seeing a little bit of replay there, but they're being very, very aggressive.
This is, Dragon is up now. Leroy does have the teleport. That's why he's still split pushing on the other side of the map. So he doesn't really care, right? He had a 10-second cooldown on it. Ooh, Blitz.
Oh. Yeah, Blitz in a little bit of trouble. Braum and the Draven were waiting there in the shadows. Looks like no damage going on to the opposing team quite yet until Jin pops his ult. But popping the ult kind of in a strange situation. And he gets jumped on. They're jumping onto the Jin right now. Jin, his damage, or excuse me, his health bar is falling. The Evelyn gets her, that was the Vi getting her revive pop. Blitzcrank immediately gets evaporated. All members on the side of Geneva are, that's actually a 1-for-1. It seemed like it was a 2-for-0 for a moment there, but looks like we have a death for the I can't see who that is. That Braum for support for support is going to be Braum for Blitzcrank. Vi goes back in, gets the kill on the Evelyn, and looks like they want some more. This is a massive fight for this Drake here, as Lee Sin looks like he was about to fall there. Please don't look at your items so you can see the game. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. Okay, well, please don't look at your items.
This team fight seems like it's never going to end here. Multiple members on both sides are extremely low, and team members are actually reviving to get back in the fight. But the Ocean Dragon does go the way of. Oh wow! Good job, good hook. Looks like the arrive is popped there. Let's see if they can finish off the kill. Great ult coming out from the Oriana, getting the stun so that they back off. And it looks like they finally get a kill onto the Draven. That's a big kill here for Team Geneva. Can they follow up? They're on the chase here, but Solgi on this Blitzcrank is extremely low. Looks like they're going to cool off for now.
Now, with Draven dead, there is a major objective on the map. Now, there are all the members on the other side, though, from Team Geneva, and the Blitz was really low, so you have to recall. Let's take a look at the Malphite's perspective. Looks like he just finished Iceborne Gauntlet. And then the Baron is up on the map. Which team is going to take the first move on it? To follow up your point when you're talking about in the team fight at the blue side jungle, this is show you how strong Team Sequence comp really is, right? They have Malphite's engaged, have Braum's engaged, and you saw Blitz jumped in. He flashed in to use the ultimate to silence multiple members, but it's only a 0.5 second silence. And after that, he was so low he had to walk away. That's literally just all what Blitz did. Whereas if you look at Team Sequence, they had a Braum ult on top of a lot of other stuff happening. Meanwhile, topside though. Yeah,
the kills going on both sides. The Oriana trades her life here for the Lee Sin. Not quite directly, probably, because the Gragas got the kill onto the Oriana. Speaking of Gragas, he goes down to the Vi. Looks like major aggression here coming out from Team Sequence. Unfortunately, Leroy's not going to look at the top lane for us, so we're all looking at his little bullet on the top lane.
So let me switch.
But, 3. Okay, that's perfectly fine. We have the Blitzcrank getting extremely low as 3 members of his side have already died. He's going to fall as well. Jin is in trouble. On top of that, he will die. That means it's going to be a full team ace for Team Sequence.
That is so unfortunate. Geneva now only have Lee Sin alive. It does seem like Leroy's team, this Team Sequence, is heading towards Baron right now. Malphite is making a move towards the middle side of the map, and it seems like he's going to rotate to Baron also.
Yeah, we'll see if they can take this. They had problems yesterday against Aether Rift trying to take the Baron. In fact, it's only halfway down. Can Team Geneva make something happen? He's trying to go in there. Gragas trying to go in. Nice ult from the Malphite. Looks like Sequence are able to secure the Baron and to get the kill on the Lee Sin. They're turning their attention here over to the Gragas now. Gragas will fall, and looks like we're not going to see the same magic yesterday from Aether Rift here. Their Philippine counterparts in Team Geneva unable to steal the Baron.
They tried, but the magic just didn't happen. It's not a show tonight. It's a tournament, So
this is reality.
Yeah, it's reality. The Team Sequence does secure the Baron, and now it's just even stronger. Like at this point, I really don't. I mean, Blitz is a hero of miracles, right? If he lands one of those hooks on Orianna on Draven, it's gonna happen. Mid lane though, team fight happens again. Switch to Blitz.
I just don't see the hook actually doing anything, right? Because if you're on Team Sequence, you actually want to be engaging onto them. It seems like if Blitzcrank does get a hook, it's actually going to help the opponent. They're going to get a better vantage point in order to aggress upon them. Geneva's just in a really rough spot right now. They don't. The biggest problem for them, they're down gold, they're down objectives, but I think mostly they're down. The champion quality. They don't have a way to come back because they don't really have the late game champions to match the side of Team Sequence. There's, it's kind of even. At best you can say they may have a slight edge, but I don't know. It seems like there's so much more coherence on the side of Team Sequence here.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on who Blitz hooks, right? Let's put it that way. But even then, you're absolutely right. Doesn't matter who he hooks. Team Sequence have so much gold lead at this point. If you hook most of the members have Guardian Angel. Even if you hook somebody, they're still gonna stay alive, and you definitely do not want to hook Braum, right? I mean, it looks like he does want to, but if you hook, for example, someone like Draven, yes, even if you instantly kill him, that's still a few seconds left before Draven revives, and the entire team will then just surround them. Thank you for getting putting a free engage for us. Now we can fight you with a reason.
Exactly, putting him right in position to fight you. The timer between the revive or the fake death and the revive is just so long, allows for the other team to get in position. It just makes you a sitting duck waiting for that revive to come up. And looks like the walls are closing in here for Team Geneva. All lanes being pushed in, with maybe the slight exception of that mid lane here. They have Neria. They haven't even killed a tower for themselves on the other side, so just constant pressure. There's no way to split push, no way to even take a fight because of the gold disadvantage. Let's see if they can try to make something happen. The damage from Orianna is just being thrown out right here. But what do you think that Geneva can maybe do here?
I don't know. This game feels a little bit uncharacteristic of them. When they played it in the elimination bracket, they were doing okay. Right now they're going against the Leroy team Sequence. Feel like they're a little. Oh, that's hook.
Wow, very nice ult there from the Gragas as well, trying to get as much damage as he can, but in comes the damage from the Vi as well as everyone from the side of Team Sequence, and there is the return damage. That means the Evelynn goes down. Everyone's still alive on Team Sequence. The revives came into play, the healing came into play, the protection came into play, and even though it was a great jump there from Team Geneva, just wasn't enough. Gragas trying to get in again, goes for the flash, gets immediately exhausted and burned down, and he is the latest victim here.
He just exploded.
He absolutely exploded. Couldn't get his damage in. No deaths quite yet. Yeah, that's a revival popped here for Vi. Can they just finish the game? Yeah, it looks a little bit low. Too hasty. A little bit too hasty here for Team Sequence. I think they could just back off and win the game pretty easily. No real reason to risk it right here.
Yeah, that was just back to your point. I mean, Blitz hooked Orianna. It's a beautiful hook. I mean, that's one of the carries that you wanna take care of. Once again though. They fought again as one-on-one trade, it seems like. No, actually, just the Orianna
pick. I'm not sure if Orianna just caught trying to back or something, but regardless, that's actually a really nice pickup here. Perhaps maybe Geneva can try to force the Baron. I think they're pretty behind now. What do you think? I think they're pretty behind, so I think they have to go for a risky play here.
Yeah, they do. I mean, traditional way, if you want to take on Team Sequence 5-on-5, it's not going to happen, right? 4-on-4 is not going to happen. Now, speaking of he tried to hook the Braum again. Was he aiming for Braum? I mean, we already saw it.
I think he's trying to get everyone because my goodness, big ult coming out from the Malphite, lots of damage coming in, everyone getting knocked up, and there is the return damage coming out from the other team. Oh my god, Braum gets in there as well. Lots of damage coming in here from Sequence going on to the Geneva. The Malphite's extremely low. He goes down to the damage from Evelynn. Not a bad fight, all things considered here if you're Geneva.
Yeah, it's a 1-for-2 trade, and it got two most crucial people. Actually, two very important people. Oh, another hook
Oh
on the
wow, gets the
Oriana.
hook in,
Oh,
that
jungle died.
even. Oh wow, look at that ult coming out from the Oriana, but unable to secure. Actually, well, multiple members end up dying in the end there. Excuse me. This is a killing spree there for Oriana. And I believe that was a 4-for-4 in the end, or at least 4 from each side are dead right now.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be so good for Team Geneva, right? They hooked Oriana, popped the hourglass, and they killed the jungler, right? They killed Vi instantly. So if they didn't lose any members there, they could have do Baron. But they hang out around Oriana's body. When Oriana finished the hourglass, the stasis, she just ulted and killed everybody. In return,
Yeah. It was a good combo too. It was the trap coming in from Jhin that comboed into the hook, and like you mentioned, lots of damage coming out. But there was one big CC knockup. I'm not really sure who it was. It's so many champions in this game have huge AOE knockups and stuns. And I'm like, I'm not sure what's happening. I'm like, wait, who did that?
it was a back-to-back. It's pretty chaotic, so it's understandable. I was confused also. I mean, if you look at, it was a Gragas knockup, it was a Malphite knockup, it was a Braum knockup. It was just like everything. So all you shoot at the same time in mid. So it was pretty chaotic. Now speaking of chaos, mid lane.
Wow, they're able to get the kill onto Braum. That's pretty huge. Obviously, not the damage that they're looking, or the damage dealer that they're looking to kill, but negating that protection is a massive deal here. So once again, Geneva, an opportunity. They have a 5v4.
We talk about how Blitz is the hero that makes miracles. When you're behind, what you want, what you wish is a really good Blitz. And even the Blitz wasn't there, but they were able to kill the Braum. So, the hook connects!
Yeah, the hook connects, but there's lots of damage coming out of the Jhin. I don't know if he can save this fight. He does have the revive, though. There's the ult coming out from the Oriana as well. Looks like Leroy's trying to get into the thick of things, but too many members surrounding him, and he goes down instantly. All he can do right now is watch the fight, but now it's a 5v3, and of those 3 members, 2 of them are extremely low. Is this the time for Geneva to come back? They're looking towards the Elder Dragon here. They have 5 members up. Are they going to go for it? Huge damage coming out from the Oriana. Can they make it happen? Looks like Blitzcrank can't really even stay on the front lines. He's so low, just quivering behind the back of his team. Can they get the dragon here? Knock up.
Who's gonna get it?
Can they get the Vi against the Elder Dragon? Down goes Blitzcrank, and Sequence is on the hunt here, trying to get more kills. They get another kill on the triple kill for the Draven. Too much damage, and that is an ace.
That is an ace indeed. What a play. We expect this game to be a roller coaster, but no, it was one-sided domination, and then it became a little bit rocky, and then boom! Team Sequence just take this game home, like, with that Elder Dragon play, and take the Elder Dragon, clean ace their entire team. Even though they only had a 3-member left, it's a 3v5, they won, they take the Dragon. What just happened there?
I think that was our most highly contested game of the tournament. We had the last game of yesterday. We had something that was kind of close, but one team fight completely flipped it. In this game, it seemed like Sequence was giving Geneva so many opportunities to come back. They're like, okay, we'll fight 5. We'll fight 45. That's fine. We'll keep having one member die, and then Geneva just couldn't capitalize. I think in the end, the biggest difference was the Draven. He had so much gold from the beginning. Yeah. And as you saw there, when they finally got that, ACO was the one who picked up the triple kill. So the damage coming up from the Draven, sometimes from the Oriana as well, was the massive difference makers there.
That was, but once again, big congrats to Team Sequence on taking the lead in this best out of 3 series, leading their opponent 1-0. Now, this is Geneva's back against the wall. This is their last chance. If they miss the next opportunity, they will be eliminated and caught forced and go home with nothing, where Team Sequence take $50. So it's very important for Team Geneva. I should have mentioned $50.
Don't even. It's almost like worse to mention that they're playing for $50. It's like
it's a pride.
The pride is more important here.
Yeah,
the pride is way more important here.
Exactly. So they really have to step up their play right here. Now, third place does get $50, and second place is $100. And then the first place is $350. So overall, what a game, though. What a game. Let's quickly go back to the highlight of the last game. We want to see exactly what happened in the last team fight, where it's a 3v5. I mean, let's go ahead and take a look at. Can you see the screen? I don't think.
No, I cannot.
Okay, let me go ahead and share the screen. Start the post play here, and then share the screen with our lovely co-caster. Let me go ahead and just reshare the screen here, and then boom. All right, should have that. Okay, so now let's take a look at this play. Malphite, it seems pretty chaotic. Orianna kind of landed all on one person. And then Jhin was doing ultimate here. Everybody's Guardian Angel was being popped. Those three are just running away because they already got Braum and Malphite, who got kind of left. I mean, Braum was dead before the team fight started, right here, because he got caught off guard. And then it's all because the hook onto the Draven. That's kind of forced him into a team fight. So a really good hook from Blitz. But then they won this team fight. They killed Leroy. They killed some big engages. How did they? It's just because they're so low, I suppose, right? They started the Elder Dragon.
I got to give some blame here to Blitzcrank. I think he should immediately back and then come back, right? Because he wasn't doing anything in the fight. Like, either just sacrifice yourself in the front lines or, go back. One of the two, right? It seemed like he was doing nothing here. He's sitting in the back line. Like, what is his purpose, really? Like, even if he hooks someone. So I mean,
he could have just walk up to people, knock up somebody. And also, it seems like Evelyn died first because he was trying to zone people out, zone the Draven out, but he realized he didn't have enough damage. Draven just one-shotted her.
And you're like, look at the Draven. Go back for a second. Look at the Draven, just completely uncontested.
Yeah,
right. Let's try to find him. Right. Yeah. So he's just firing off, completely uncontested, picking up his axes. No one's even looking at him. Look, so much damage coming out from the Draven. Every time he picks up an axe, his next auto is he just chunks the crap out of the opponent, and you see triple kill at the end there, and that finishes up the ace.
I mean, they started a dragon at this point. I think what should have happened is they use the dragon and they see Orianna coming over here. Blizz should be ready for a hook already. Like, instead of sitting in the back, at this point, they should walk up, try to hook one of this person, and they should focus on the fight instead of the dragon. I think because when you have 5 versus 3, remember the same thing that happened yesterday. Yes, you might have a number advantage, but it's still pretty scary because the dragon's hitting you, especially this is the Elder Dragon. So it's kind of like a 4 versus 3, right? Because dragon's on the enemy side. So what you want to do is, instead of fighting the dragon, what you want to do is use the opportunity to bait out a team fight, to fight the 3 people with your 5 people at advantage. Even Blizz could have just walked up, knocked somebody up. For example, Draven, because the position was uncontested, like you said.
Well,
if he just walked up,
even just having a little bit of health, like if he goes back and even just stands in the front lines, it messes up Draven, right? Because Draven, it's hard for him to. He's chasing his axes all over the place. It's hard for Draven to actually like aim for certain people, right? And so just standing there, literally just standing there, screws up his targeting, right? He might actually accidentally hit you a couple times, right? Just standing there, maybe like one of their abilities misses, right? You can threaten to stun them because or threaten to use your ultimate because people don't really have time to look at the who has ultimate and stuff like that.
Yeah,
he could try to knock people up. His 3 has a pretty low cooldown, right? There's so many things he could do. Either if he went back or if he just like kind of sacrificed himself from the get go, right? Like standing that far back, he's not helping his team at all.
Yeah, anyways, but it was a really, really good job by Team Sequence. Once again, big congratulations to them for winning this game. Taking the series 1-0.
Don't congratulate them yet. They have to finish it off. And we've seen some big plays coming up from Geneva, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and take a 2-minute break here and then get ready for the next match. So make sure to get your popcorn ready. And guys, remember the grand final will be streamed on Trovo exclusively. And the grand final will happen right after this bronze match. If you have not, use the link in the chat. You head to Trovo.live. This is your chance to go to Trovo right away. Grand final, have your favorite team, Team Aether Rift, representing Philippines, taking out 16-bit gear for all the way from Korea. The two crowd's favorite fighting tonight in the Wild Rift C Invitational. So with that, we're going to take a short break. And we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Wild Rift C Invitational, brought to you by Trovo.live. If you're watching the stream, the grand final will be streamed exclusively on Trovo. Make sure to use the link in the chat to head to Trovo.live now. We're now watching the bronze match between Team Geneva versus Team Sequence. Geneva coming from Philippines, Sequence from Singapore. They're battling for the third and fourth place. The winner will be claimed the third, and the loser will be claimed the fourth. It's actually a really, really exciting match. Right now, Team Geneva is actually behind 0-1 with Team Sequence in lead. With me, the one and only beautiful and sexy D2. D2, how you doing?
I can't get over it. I can never get over that description. I'm doing well. You've lifted my spirits so much. But yeah, I think that last game that we saw was one of the more back and forth, one of the more unpredictable games. Even though it seemed like Sequence was ahead the entire time, I did not know they were going to finish it off until that very last team fight. So looking forward to this next one, seeing if maybe Geneva can force a game 3.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into the ban pick right off the bat, guys. As the ban and the picks are starting right now, can you go ahead and run through the bans with all the viewers here?
Oh, well, okay, sorry. I thought you said you were going to. So Geneva, they banned Akali and Gragas, and Sequence banned Evelyn and Braum. And I believe you said that Sequence is starting the draft with the first pick.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
I think Geneva is starting the draft.
Oh, okay, so we're wrong.
Geneva have the first pick, and they picked Olaf, which is really interesting.
Well, we were... Okay, so last game, let's rewind to last game. Last game, Braum was let through, or Alistair was banned, and immediately Team Sequence picked the other high-tier support character in Braum. This time, Braum is banned, and immediately Team Sequence first picks Alistair. And I feel like just that by itself, I feel like Sequence has gotten a lead once more. However, the rest of the draft, I'm pretty sure you're not very happy with.
Yeah, I mean, Varus is, again, interesting pick. Team Sequence have taken it out, I think, twice yesterday also. So, like, it's definitely a comfort pick for them. I think that's the reason why they're doing it. But if you look at the overall draft, Geneva actually have Yasuo. They're going with a Yasuo Lee Sin combo, but their team is missing AP damage. They don't have any magic damage at all.
Yeah, but I just want to talk about Sequence for a second here, because I know that you really don't like pro teams picking Shyvana. I know that you...
Yeah, also...
a little bit of guarantee, but I know you. I know that you don't like teams picking Shyvana.
Also Shyvana. Sorry, I actually didn't notice that with Varus picture standing out took away my attention. Absolutely, the Shyvana jungle. The early game will be kind of weak. Obviously, they're Garen silent. That's auto lose against Olaf in a lot of ways, because Olaf is just so dominant in the side lane. I don't think any fighter that he loses to except for Akali. But again, I've said this yesterday. I think it's a 50-50 between Olaf and Akali. Depends on the player. Depends on the execution, the details. But overall, both draft. Which one do you like better?
Who was the team that picked Janna yesterday? I think someone picked Janna yesterday, right? I forgot who it was.
Me neither.
I'm pretty sure they lost. I think it was actually... It might have been Team Sequence, actually, when they lost to Eat the Rift. So...
But Janna is actually really strong. Janna is actually a really strong hero. It's really popular hero. It's played very often in the competitive scene. I think they use it in the high elo rank. I think they do it because Janna is one of the heroes that's so annoying defensively. If you know you're gonna play to try to protect your marksman, if you know that you're gonna play somewhat defensively early game, like Janna is one of the best choice. Like you cannot chase into a Janna comp. Like, she has so many pushbacks. She has like a shield for his team. She has slow for the chasing enemy, for the pursuing enemy. It's just really strong.
Oh, this is actually very interesting here. So we have Team Sequence doing what we saw from 16-bit on day one, right? So they're having their Varus go opposite to the opposite lane, right? Oh, excuse me. No. I got this mixed up.
Oy!
They've okay, Alistair, nice pushback. Okay, I'm confused here. So the dragon is on the opposite side of what we're watching. So therefore, Team...
They still have Varus at the dragon side. They just have Alistair to set up a gang for Garen to start off. I think that's what it was.
Right. So it's not quite what 16-bit was doing yesterday. 16-bit kind of had the ADC switch lanes, but in this case, we only had the Alistair go to the opposite side and kind of have the duel on the opposite side. But Olaf getting some major damage in, and there is the first blood, but he gives it right back. The tower. Did the tower just get extra range there? What was that, Dave?
I don't know. It's just a lucky tower shot, to be honest. Olaf was being cautious too. You saw like he was taking a tiny step forward because he was also scared, and he needed to take 2 tower shots really fast. But still, I think Olaf came off on top because he traded First Blood, and First Blood got extra gold.
Yeah. I think maybe you might have misspoken when we were talking about the draft earlier. You talked about Akali versus Olaf. This is actually Garen versus
I know.
Olaf.
What I'm trying to say is like Akali goes 50-50 with Olaf. Like Garen's an auto loss. Like Garen, you're gonna lose a lane. Meanwhile, at the same time, Yasuo died to Ahri mid.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate situation. You don't really want to be giving up kills like that, especially after Olaf got that nice first blood for you. So
yeah,
Geneva is gonna have to tighten things up here. As you see the Janna trying to work her magic here. Actually doesn't have her third ability quite yet. Gets pushed into the turret. Nice play by the Alistair. Can he finish it off? She has to use the flash just to get away. I believe there was an ignite on her as well. But instead, the Raven gets the return kill. Not the return kill, but the revenge in damage. Gets the kill onto the Alistair there. And the Alistair actually dies in the end. So Geneva finding a way to pick up a kill there. They use the flash from Janna, but worth it in the end.
Again, just show you how dominant Draven is as a laner. If you leave him alone, he's gonna do damage. This is basically the dilemma, right? This is also a combo that you see in the competitive scene, as I said, for Janna and Draven to be combo. Janna is seen pretty frequently, but Janna Draven combo is seen more often because it's a dilemma. Do you go on Draven? If you go on Draven, Janna has to make sure that it's not gonna be easy. But if you go on Janna, like Draven's gonna do 3 damage, right? And then meanwhile, for the other side, it's Varus. Like Varus is more of a skill-based marksman, AD carry. After he uses skills, after he done that blight thing, after he applies the passive and then proc a skill, proc the burst damage, he's kind of done because his attack speed is so slow.
Yeah. I want to talk about the other side of that equation though, because you said like it's you don't really want to be attacking the Janna because then there's just free damage coming from the Draven. But if you attack the Draven, or if you try to focus the Draven, the Janna has this huge shield that she could put on him. Yeah. And not only that, but it actually increases his attack speed as well. Or I believe it either increases attack speed or increases damage, one of the two, but it makes him stronger. And that just makes it so hard because he's totally protected the entire time by the Janna.
Exactly. And now you can see that on top of that, Draven, topside, one more kill. And the mid lane actually got a return kill also back onto the Ahri.
Oof, yeah, so things are looking very good for Geneva here. Are we going to see our first Game 3 of the tournament, as they're really making things happen right now?
Yeah, I like what I'm seeing here. They're finally playing a combo that as you've seen a good team at this level should play. Oh, they're contesting the dragon though.
We saw this in the first series yesterday. They had so much trouble trying to get this up. Looks like a big jump in on the side of Sequence with Alistair and the Shyvana coming in. So much damage. That's a 2-4-0 already. Can they finish off more kills? Trying to go onto the Draven. They proc his revive already. Can they finish off the kill? Looks like the answer is yes before he's able to do anything. And that is a 3-4-0 for Sequence.
Oh my goodness. What just happened in the first dragon? The entire team. This is actually the first time I see Leroy rotate to dragon, right? Like he has never rotated to dragon before. The entire yesterday, including the game before that. Just now, he rotated dragon as Garen. I think and they won the fight because of it.
Maybe his team told him to pick Garen because they knew that Garen would lose to Olaf, and then he would like give up on the lane and then actually go. They're like, pick Garen. It's like, but he sucks against Olaf. Exactly.
That's the point.
Exactly. He just goes to the other side and actually participates in the team fight. That was an amazing jump there, an amazing initiation from Sequence though. They had the Alistair jump in, and then they had the Shyvana pop her ult as well. Finally, Shyvana doing something in these high-level competitive games.
Yeah, another thing is, once again, I think Team Geneva was making the same mistake they made on the Elder Dragon fight. Oh, bottom side, one more team fight happening.
Yeah, nice knock up there from the Alistair, getting lots of damage. And there's a teleport coming in from Leroy, getting lots of damage. Can nearly get the Yasuo. Is he going to fall? Yes, he does in the end. They're getting more. They're getting greedier, actually, going onto the Olaf as well. Can they get damage on to the Lee Sin? He looks like he's in trouble. Spin to win, potentially.
Damage!
Janna dies. There's at least an extremely low as well. They're going to give up on him. Cooler heads prevail in the situation, but still another 3-4-0.
Oh my goodness, what just happened? Is this Team Sequence 2.0? I've already seen like team fights back to back, like 5-on-3, 5-on-4. They're doing the rotations of gods right now. They are actually just improving so much from yesterday to today. I cannot believe we're seeing this type of rotations. The teleport come in right on time, and it's a big number advantage. They took advantage of it, and they just fight and won. That's really, really good.
Have they advanced to the next sequence?
True.
Never mind.
True. Fact.
Okay, that was bad. Okay, I'll show myself out. All right.
Facts.
Well, regardless, very well done by them. And yeah, after a really nice start from Geneva, having that 4-2 kill advantage and really showing like they had, basically a team comp advantage overall. Sequence just showing them the door, getting 2 3-0s back to back, and now they have the double kill advantage with 8-4 here.
Wow, I mean, it seemed like Team Geneva had a chance, but Team Sequence quickly shut that off. Like, nope, sorry, not a chance. Sorry, we're just kidding. We're just messing around. It was just no. It was not a chance.
And that's just so unfortunate for Geneva here because Draven is such a snowbally champion with the fact that when he gets kills after he stayed alive for a while, he gets extra gold. And obviously he's not going to be able to like stay alive in fights very long. If they have extra gold, if they have more gold, he's so impossible to deal with, right? Because getting the shields from the Jenny's doing so much damage and people just melt. But if it's the opposite, it's, the exact opposite situation, right? He's just dying constantly, like as you can see right here. He just can't stay alive long enough to deal his damage if he's behind in gold.
He does have GA though, so try to stay alive.
Does have the GA. He's barely stays alive. He's going to come back right now. The ult comes out from Jan to try to keep him alive. In the end here, Yasuo tries to help him as well, but Draven, running out of mana, can't really stay in this fight. He actually ran out of spinning axes as well, so he's going to have to go home, waste the GA potentially there. And here's the Rift Herald coming, pushing on the top side.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. Team Sequence just advanced to the next sequence, as you said. The team fights, there's a lot more cleaner. They're a lot more united as a team. And Draven, is, as you pointed out, is a snowball hero. If he falls behind, he can't clear away. If he can't do anything, his damage heavily relies on auto attack and auto attack alone. So if you don't give him the opportunity to auto attack, then like 10,000 damage times 0 is still 0 in the end.
Yeah, exactly. You saw Janna trying to be the hero and scout out the mountain dragon there, but Alistar waiting in the bushes, ready to throw her off her path. And that is a free mountain dragon going over to Sequence, extending their lead.
Wow. I mean, at this point, I don't know what to say. I don't know how Geneva can come back from this. They don't have a clear initiation. Their initiation come from Lee Sin, but Lee Sin is way too squishy at this point to go through an Alistar, to go through an Garen, just to initiate. Like, unless you initiate Garen, but if you initiate Garen, that's like the best, result for a team sequence there. They're like, please initiate on Garen, right? Because that's what we want. That's the bait. Go ahead.
Yeah, it seems like they would have been able to snowball this game if they could, held their lead before because, they had the initiation from Yasuo, the initiation from Lee Sin, and Janna, meanwhile, just keeps them alive the entire time. But now that they've fallen behind, all of those initiations fall flat since their front line is just going to get popped immediately. I think just to provide my 2 cents here, I believe they should take a page from Sequence's book and try to go for a full 5 team fight because I think they need Olaf to be in the front lines. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, what they need is top side.
Oh,
Lee Sin just
that's
get picked.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What they need is like a number advantage kind of team fight. Basically what Sequence have done to them, like a 5-on-4, 5-on-3, but they have to do it to the enemy. That's the only way for them to come back, and they have to pick off a kill. Like right now, something like interesting as let's just go side lane and pick off Garen because Leroy is always alone and he's a split pusher. Maybe let's just go ahead and pick this guy off and get like 4 teleport and teleport to Baron or something like that. I think that's probably the only chance. I don't see any other way out.
Yeah, I definitely agree that they need a numbers advantage, and they're not even going to attempt to contest this Baron. Looks like Yasuo is the only one remotely close, but he's just gonna, see his fate here as it's going to get taken by the enemy team. You see,
team fight happening.
Leroy spinning to win. Are they actually going to take a fight here? Look, no, they're going to go ahead and back off. So things going from bad to worse here for Geneva. Down 9-4. Down one or two of the Drakes. Down the Baron buff as well. We're going to see some of these towers most likely getting pushed down.
Oh my goodness. What a twist. What a twist of the plot, right? The plot was supposed to be the first best out of first 3 game series of the entire Invitational, but nope. Sequence no, we're just kidding. Not gonna
2
happen.
great team fights later, and they flipped the script. And now they're pushing down turrets. Already get this mid-second tier turret down.
Top side,
turning
top
their
side.
attention over to the they're turning their attention over to the top side. They actually get the kill onto Draven. Not sure if they popped his revive as well. Look, oh
Wrong
my
shield!
goodness, the Janna couldn't get the shield onto the Olaf in time, and that means that his revive is popped. That's going to make it so much harder for them to take a fight now. The mid inhibitor turret is down. The upper second tier turret fell earlier as well. Looks like they're going to try to be an engager. Yasuo going on lots of damage on the side of Sequence. I don't know if they can finish this off, though. There's the ult coming out from the Shyvana, though, to finish off the Yasuo. There goes the top inhibitor turret. And again, they're getting pushed in. More kills to the side of Sequence. They're now pushing onto the Nexus. Can they finish it off? They're trying to push back is Geneva, seeing if they can't get a couple of kills here to fend them off of the Nexus. But these beefy minions, these beefy Baron minions are just proving to be too much. That said, though, it looks like Sequence are playing it safe or backing off.
Yep. They decided to go take another round of the, take a tour back to base, get some items, stack it up, right? Deck it out, right? Do something crazier. Now Garen has the GA. He has like Youmu's at GA. He has Sunfire Cape. It's just getting not only tanky, but also do a lot of damage. When you're snowballing, you do everything right. When you're not snowballing, when you're the other side of the equation, you're doing everything wrong. That's exactly what you saw, right? And that has to be so mentally frustrating or tilting when Janna could have given you a shield, but your teammate blocked it. You lost his GA.
Talk about how powerful this combination of GA, the revive item plus the teleport here, because now it looks like Leroy can just split push, and it's so hard to catch him off guard because even if you kill him, he's not going to die.
Yep. And obviously you do not want, at this point, it's so hard to kill that Garen. It's like, it's not even a target that they want to try. I think they probably just gave up on Garen completely. And also, you can't even do anything to this Shyvana. Shyvana also have GA. So, what are you going to do? I mean, I can't see a way out for Team Geneva at this point.
Yeah, Shyvana, not only does she have the revival item, she also has the ability to pop her ult at any time to kind of jump on the opponent. It's just so scary, right? Like, you feel like, even if you feel like you have vision of the other team, they could at any time turn on you because of the fact that they have so much more, gold in every single facet. And then it just seems like you're not in a great position to take any sort of fight.
Yeah. And right now, we see like 3 members of Team Sequence, Team Geneva on top. And they're not even going on this solo Garen, right? Like, look how little damage he's doing. Absolutely, just scratching, itching this Garen. Look at that.
He's like, oh, thanks. I need a back scratch. I'll take it. Meanwhile, they tried to go 3 for 1 on the Garen. Garen's trying to slow them down so they cannot back, which means that Team Sequence is pushing on the other members. And Geneva, their 2 members that were aggressive on, they had to turn tail and walk away.
What just wait? The stream
I cannot see right now. Dead stream?
Wait, what just happened? Wait, technical issues, guys. Okay, we're having some technical issues here. Both streams seem to be turned off at the same time. Very interesting there. I mean, but we expected let me confirm with the technical teams here. Give me 1 second. Happened. Stream turned off. Okay. Well, we have a little bit of technical issue, guys. Sorry about that. That was one of those moments that you just don't know what to do.
Did your stream turn off, or did the
no? Our stream is fine. Our stream is totally fine, right? It was just the streamers, but
both of them turned off.
Yeah, both of them turned off. That's why we urged Riot to come out with Walriff to come out with a Spectator seat as fast as possible, as swift as possible, guys. So we never run into this issue again.
I think you know what might have happened. I think there's a delay on their streams, and then once the game ended, they just turned it off immediately, and then they and they just cut off both of them at the same time. That might have happened, actually. That
might have happened. You're absolutely right. But it's just really sad that we don't know what happened.
Well, if that's what happened, then we know that. If that's what happened, then we know Sequence won, because there's no way that Geneva could win that time.
Or maybe we can like just imagine that Geneva took this amazing 5-on-5 team fight, and Janna just landed beautiful ult, healed everybody. they fight around channel, and then like one punch after another from this Draven. Somehow this can't touch the Draven, and after one scratch and another, Draven killed one, and then killed another, and then a triple kill, and maybe even a quadra follow up with a penta kill, and Geneva turned the entire fight around. Maybe that could have happened also.
Honestly, though, they were so far behind. I think they needed like 3 separate aces. I don't think even 2 aces would be enough to win the game. I think they needed 3 separate aces, honestly.
Well, maybe at the same time, they had a minion wave pushing, so they pushed with a minion wave, and maybe Geneva turned it around, and we're going to a game 3.
Ace in the back door. I got it.
Yeah.
You're much more creative than I am. Ace into the back door. I got it. That's a perfect fight, or the perfect scenario.
Okay, so we got the final result, sequence win. so you're absolutely right, because the delay, they both had a stream delay, and then after the game ended, it just ended the stream. They forgot to have the stream keep on going because of delay. So yeah, right after that, they pushed to the Nexus and they won the game. So sequence took the series 2-0. Unfortunately, we did not get to see the ending there. We're anticlimactic, but yeah.
Yeah, what can you do? I mean,
yeah, okay. Thanks to the vivid imagination of all of our beautiful viewers, you guys saw, you kind of, saw in your brain what happened.
Yeah, they just went to the Nexus and it died. That's exactly. Beautiful imagination.
Well, guys, now the grand final will happen right after the short 5-minute to 10-minute break, guys. Make sure to head to Trovo.live now. If you have not, use the link in the chat to go to Trovo. The grand final will be streamed on Trovo exclusively, and it will happen after a short break. If you're watching the stream right now, use the link in the chat. Doesn't matter where you're watching, Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Facebook, head to Trovo.live. If you want to watch Aether Rift from Philippines taking on 16-bit gear from Korea. It's going to be the fight of the week, the fight of 2021. This is the best way to kick off your Wild Rift New Year. So make sure to head to Trovo.live now. Meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and try to take a short break here to get ready for the next match. It's going to be very, very exciting. Hope you guys are ready just as excited as we are. I mean, what's your prediction for the grand finals? Because we're closing in on it.
I'm not. I don't know. I'm gonna say 3-2 for 16-bit.
3-2 for 16-bit. Okay.
I think PYLOT's a little bit better, even though Aether Rift played, technically the better team in Sequence because Sequence just beat Geneva. I've seen, and Aether Rift is basically like the home team, right? They're the team that's kind of associated with Wild Rift competitive. I think that I've seen Aether Rift lose before. So 16-bit I've never seen lose before. There you go. So therefore 16-bit's gonna win. Yeah.
I mean, also on the other side, I mean, if you're gonna hope for, predict 16-bit, I'm gonna go with the Aether Rift then. Aether Rift 3-2. I think that's gonna be my prediction. So with that, guys, what's your prediction? It's time to tell us in Trovo.live chat as the grand final will happen shortly after a 5 to 10 minute break. With that, get your stuff ready, share the stream, come to Trovo with the link in the chat. We'll see you guys in there, and then see you soon.